Lord, save me. That was a close call. Let me catch my breath. I'm gonna need one of these. I just had a close call with the police. They had that VR underpants run thing yesterday. Well, I figured Tommy Buzzcut's gonna have his own underpants thing here, and so I put on my best ones, and well, I was running along the beach on the cliff, and I was gathering quite a following. Maybe people haven't ever seen that kind of thing before, but anyway, all of a sudden the police were taking a special interest in my underpants run, and they're like, "Stop, dude, show us your ID." And I'm looking, I'm going, "Where do you think I got that hidden, Mr. Policeman?" And they're like pulling out the, those handcuff things. And so fortunately I know the hood, and I found an alley where I'd stashed my clothes, and I quickly got dressed and made it back to safety here. So ladies and gentlemen, thank God I'm not in some jail cell now, and I'd show you those underwear those underpants, if you want to call them that. They're not really big enough to call a pant, but they got social media guidelines about showing that kind of thing. But hey, did you see that guy, Roach Frey, the race director for the Underpants run? He was like, those underpants, those weren't underpants. Those are like an extra large sleeping bag. You know what I'm saying? And they were like plain. So, I'm going to send him a little gift. And these are kind of modest. They're not like the tiniest things on the planet, but, they're kind of like, at least they're styling. It's kind of like the Rolling Stones meets Andy Warhol. So Roche Frey, look out for these. You're going to wear these in 2021, but I don't think anybody's going to show up for your underpants run, because Tommy Buzzcut's going to run his own underpants run. And, well, you guys have like minimum requirements. I'm going to have like maximum requirements. So, if your underpants can cover more than like a silver dollar and a flashlight, well, you're considered fully dressed, and you are DQ'd. You're disqualified. You are DNS. Do not start. But anyway, they had the Rivals thing on, and they had that Dave Scooter dude and that singer Marky Mark on there, and they were talking about that Iron War thing that, I'd never heard of that war, World War I, II, III, like Vietnam, Iraq War, but, anyway, they were talking about it, and, well, I gotta ask you all a question. I'm looking at that Marky Mark, and I'm thinking, the dude looks so familiar to me, and I can't put my finger on it. So maybe you could help me out. Maybe we were like twins, and our mothers gave us up for adoption, and he was raised in the Congo and I was raised in Malaysia, and we all ended up in the Iron Man world together. You know what I'm saying? But if we are twins, there is no way they were identical, because, well, hell, I'm way more good looking and I am so much more cut. Yeah, the dude won 6 Ironmans, but look, he's 62, and I saw he's kind of soft around the edges now. You know what I'm saying? And, well, hell, I got the personality department completely wrapped up. He's kind of like milquetoast, like those announcers, Dee Dee Greaseburger and Michael Loveto. Well, they were asking him like, "Well, so, Mr. Marky Mark, what did that race mean to you?" And he was like, "Well, I couldn't have done that on my own. The reason that I raced so fast that day and set those records and won that race was because of my great rival that I had so much respect for, Dave Scott." Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That Dave Scott dude is lucky that I was not that rival that won that day, because I would have been like, hell, I was happy to kick his ass. After all those years of him hogging the glory, it was my turn to shine, and it was the crowning moment of my life. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the two of them, they have a lot of experience, but, that Dee Dee Greaseburger, she threw them both a curveball. She said, guys, is there anything that you haven't told the world about that race in the last 31 years? And they're both sitting there like, of course, there's nothing that they haven't told. But did nobody do any kind of like media training with those two monkeys? Those guys are just sitting there like, the first rule, you never let the interviewer get the upper hand. Take a tip from Tommy. This is how I would have answered that question. I would have gone like, heck, yeah, Dee Dee Greaseburger, I've been waiting 31 years for somebody to ask me that question. And, on that last little place where I started to make that break, this is what happened, and we have never told anyone before. You see, Dave turned to me and he proposed marriage, and I said to him, I turned to him and I said, if you can catch me, the answer is yes. And the rest is history. And you cannot corroborate this story with Mr. Dave Scooter, because he will deny it till his dying day. His dying day. He didn't tie his shoes out there. Anyway, that's what I would have said. If you can't answer it, just make something up. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there is some great VR stuff coming today, and stay tuned, because on the last day before the show, I'm going to pose some questions to both Michael Lovetoe and Dee Dee Greaseburger, because nobody's asked them questions before. And anyway, the big thing yesterday, I'm going to circle back the Underpants run. You saw it. Michael Lovetoe, he had on these Hinderwears. They're like underwear for your hands, and I'm thinking, where the hell did you get those? You can't just go on Sears Robot Catalog and find those things. You must have gone to one of those adult sites, you know what I'm saying? And like, does your wife know you're into that kind of thing? Well, yeah, maybe she's the one that's into that kind of thing. She's like, hey, Michael, I want you to take off your underwear and do it slowly. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'd better go before I get myself in any more trouble. Tommy Greaseburger. Ladies and gentlemen, I just call myself Tommy today. Tommy Buzzcut. I will catch you tomorrow. Have a good VR day.